There's nothing like a homemade, fresh baked gingerbread on a cold winter day with a cup of tea. Not only makes your house smell great, but it's delicious as well. These are the things you're going to need. Get your stuff. Let's get started. We're going to start with a half a cup of neutral flavored oil into your mixing bowl. And then we're adding in a half a cup of packed brown sugar. Doesn't matter light or dark. I like the darker one, but it's up to you. And then just whisk that together until it's kind of creamy. Next, we're adding 1 egg. And then a half a cup of molasses. And it's going to smell strong. I don't generally like the smell of molasses, but trust me, in the end, it's going to taste so good. And then add a half a cup of milk. And about a teaspoon or more of vanilla. I like to measure with my heart. And I'm also adding in some vanilla bean paste, about a teaspoon here. This is optional. Give that a good mix together. Now here I'm just adding in 1/8 of a cup of granulated sugar. This is optional. I just like to take a little bit of the edge off of the molasses. That's just me. And then we're adding in a tablespoon of ginger. One teaspoon of cinnamon. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. And next we're adding in a 1/4 teaspoon of powdered or fresh ground nutmeg. And then give that a good mix. Now we're just adding our flour, just all-purpose flour is fine. And we're adding in 1½ cups. And next, a half a teaspoon of salt. One teaspoon of baking soda. And then a half a teaspoon of baking powder. And then go ahead and give that a good mix until all of your ingredients are combined. When you're done, it'll look nice and creamy like this. And then you're just going to go ahead and grab your loaf pan, and I like to line mine with parchment paper. That way when it comes out of the oven, I can let it sit in the loaf pan for a few minutes and then lift it out with ease so it doesn't overcook. And then we're just going to pour our batter into the loaf pan. Now if you're not using parchment paper, you could just spray down your loaf pan. That's totally fine. And pour that batter evenly inside. Once you have your batter in, you're going to go ahead, if you're using parchment paper, and cut away the excess. And then when you're done with this, you're just going to go ahead and throw this in the oven. Make sure your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. And you're going to bake until the center is poked and the knife or fork or toothpick comes out clean. And then while this is baking, I'm going to go ahead and make some homemade cream cheese frosting using homemade powdered sugar, which is just granulated sugar blended. I don't know how this works. It's magic. And in our mixing bowl, we're going to add 1 block of softened cream cheese and a half a cup of our powdered sugar. And then a splash of vanilla. And then I'm just adding just a bit of fresh ground nutmeg to pull the flavors in from the gingerbread. And about 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk or cream. And then we're just going to mix this until it's nice and creamy. Once your gingerbread has come out of the oven and it is all the way cool, you're going to go ahead and add your cream cheese frosting if you're choosing to do so. And then I just added some orange zest on top of mine to give it some nice color, but also have like an orangey warm gingerbread flavor, and it is so delicious. And you could do a nice layer of this, that way when it cools it'll be nice and thick. And then you are ready to enjoy. This gingerbread is so moist and so delicious, and that cream cheese frosting is incredible. Not only that, it makes your house smell amazing while it's baking. I hope you enjoy. Until next time, happy baking. Bye.